Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and are ready for a new week. Like my old buddy used to say when we joke around it, is it really Monday that sucks, or is it your life? Painful, right? Create a life that you enjoy Mondays, all right? This is the conversation that I want to have on the regular basis with everybody. How to restore broken relationships. How to restore broken relationships. Well, the first factor that we've got to consider here is if it is a relationship that you desire to be restored. That's the first question, because many times the challenge is a relationship has been affected by some circumstance that created negative feelings between two people, and the path of least resistance is to simply blow each other off or walk away from that, or just, you don't even worry about it anymore, like whatever, samurai sword, cut them off. Thank you for those of you that are commenting. I can't read when I'm driving. I choose not to because then I'd have to focus on the screen, but thank you and good morning to those of you that are joining me. When you have something occur in a relationship that creates negative feelings and negative emotions and negative thoughts, the path of least resistance is always to avoid and blow off and say, I'm out of here. So the first question I have for you is this. Is it a relationship that you want to restore? Because you've got to be clear on whether or not you desire to have that relationship restored. There are some people that have higher standards than others when it comes to relationships. And so the higher the standard, the more subjective that nature of the relationship will be. So there's not a once and one for all. It is subjective to you. For instance, if someone lies to me, I have kind of like a strike one policy, because when trust is broken, trust is broken. Now, if that person follows the advice I'm going to give you today, then we have opportunity to restore relationship. I'll be nice, I'll be kind, I'll be sweet, but we ain't going to, sorry about it, guys. We ain't going to talk much anymore. That's what you have to understand. We're just not going to be talking much anymore. If somebody lies to me and I lose trust, that's how we cut off. Now, they may avoid. We're not going to talk again. So you have to decide. You may be like, no, I don't mind if people lie to me. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I've got a 3-strike policy, Steve. They can, lie to me 3 different times before I walk away from it. What is that old saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Damn, you're pretty good at this, and I can respect that game. So the key to the restoring of the relationship, there's typically 2 factors involved. Now, I tend to be the guy that can mess a relationship up more than people mess up with me, because I'm a little harsh, I'm a little hardcore, and I'm a little in your face for a lot of people, because I am convinced that very few people walk the earth with a set of stones to tell people what they really need to hear, versus placating and sugarcoating what everybody else has told them, which is why they're still stuck, because nobody's had the courage to tell them, hey, this is what you need to see, this is what's really going on. Just face the truth and then work with it from there. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Flattery will not get you as nearly as far as being truthful and honest with somebody, speaking the truth in love, meaning that you care enough about the person to speak the truth, even if it's going to upset them for a season, because in the end, they will have a greater respect for you because you told them what they already knew in their heart was true. So the key, 2 major keys to restoring a broken relationship. Key number 1, after you've decided that it is a relationship you want to restore, if you were the party that offended or hurt the other party, you go to them and you ask for forgiveness. You don't apologize. Hey man, sorry about that. There are powerful words that shift the energy of an environment when they are used right. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? I know some of you out there that makes you want to choke, right? It's okay. You'll get over it. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? Now, let me show you the power of that. It's not, I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? Because, when you said that one thing that you said, I just couldn't respond any other way. And then when you said that, I started feeling this way. No, wrong answer. I was wrong. Will you forgive me? Because the truth of the matter is, nobody's made me that mad in a long time. Wrong answer. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? I think anybody in their right mind would have got mad at the wrong answer. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? And then you shut up. And then you shut up. God gave us 2 ears that you can't close and 1 mouth that you can. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? Now, you have a responsibility if they choose to forgive you. And that responsibility is to make a genuine and sincere commitment to not follow that path again, or to not make that mistake again, or to be very careful about it again. Because if someone offers you that forgiveness, that is a gift. And you now have a responsibility to operate at a higher level in restoring that relationship. So humility is a key ingredient to asking someone for forgiveness and admitting your wrongdoing. I hear you out there. So I'm going to answer that. Well, Steve, what if I wasn't wrong? I'm so glad you asked that. Admit it anyway. But that don't make sense. Well, do you want to make sense, or do you want the relationship restored? But that ain't fair. Do you want fair, or do you want the relationship restored? Well, that ain't right. Do you want right, or do you want the relationship restored? Accept responsibility. Own it. Just own it. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? Even if you think you weren't wrong, I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? That's the best you can do. There's no guarantee that they will. There's no guarantee that they're ready. There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. There's no guarantee that they're going to honor that. But you have the responsibility, if you were the one that broke the trust, to make it right. There's clear instruction in my favorite book, the Bible, that says this. This is very powerful for those of you that pray. It says, when you go to pray, if you do, and you remember that there's a person out there who has something against you, go and make it right with them first before you offer your prayer to the Lord. Think about that. When you pray, if you remember there's someone out there that has something against you, go and make it right before you offer your prayer to the Lord. Does that make sense? How can we love God and be crazy with people? It also says that, but that's my hood version. So my point is this. They don't have to accept your plea for restoration for you to have made the right choice to make it right. The responsibility falls on you to make it right. Because if you make the effort in humility, I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? And then be quiet. Don't make excuses for it. Don't explain it. Don't try to go into detail. Don't rehash the situation. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? You have done your part to attempt that restoration. Now it is up to the other party to decide if they're going to accept that. So if you find yourself in a situation where you know you may have hurt or offended somebody, even if you think they were the catalyst for it, the wisest and most mature thing you can do is to accept complete and total responsibility for it. Blame nobody, even if you think they were really wrong. Accept total responsibility. I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? And when you do that, my friend, you open up the supernatural grace of God to have mercy and grace on you and to put some WD-40 in that situation. How do you restore a broken relationship? You humble yourself and you say, I was wrong. Will you please forgive me? And then you work your very best to not violate that issue again. Have a great day, guys.